Welcome back, people. This is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom part. Which part is this? 7, if I'm not mistaken. Wait a second. I played Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, just one. And then this morning. Would that be part 8 then? I gotta check. I'm a bit out of it at the moment. Might be part 8. Yeah, it is part 8. Okay, yeah. I had to count them. Because from memory, I didn't have the number. I'm still on the ground, but I will stop exploring. I tried to uncover a bit more of the map, but ran into some trouble. There are indeed some sections like that that are covered in gloom. I did get that mask. I'm not sure actually if I did record a little video clip of me obtaining it. I believe so. Yeah, that's it. And that was the Korok mask in that chest, and this is something that I obtained in the depth, I guess they call it, the underground Hyrule. Actually. What's that over there? But that's the Forest Coliseum. That's where I got that chest. Okay. Yeah, but to get through the Deku Tree thing, the Deku Tree chasm. Oh, hey Panda, how's it going? To get through the Deku Tree chasm that I was trying to get through. This morning, I need bombs, ideally. There's one ideal spot to farm them, but I don't have access to it yet because apparently you need to get through one of the major dungeons of the game to do so, which means progressing through the story. So, let's progress through the story, I guess. Because getting more bombs is probably going to help in the long run. Which one do I want to focus on first, though? The Gerudo, the Zora, the Goron, or the Rito? I feel like going for the Zora first. If I could get as far as completing one of these major dungeons today, that might be good. That would be good. The Korok mask was DLC in the first game, as I recall. Who's that green Zora? That vile sludge. Chroma. I'm so sorry. Everyone has been treated now. But we have used up all of the splash fruit. I think I have quite a few of these, if they need them. There were more injuries than anticipated. Please accept my apology. You have nothing to apologize for. You did what had to be done. Most importantly, I am grateful that everyone is alright. Now if we could only do something about that statue. You there, are you a traveler? I am sorry that I did not notice you until now. I was focused on a matter of great importance. Zora's domain is in troubled times at present due to the sludge falling from the sky. Things have finally calmed down, at least for the moment. However, this place remains covered in sludge. Such a shame, as this particular statue is so incredibly important to the Zora of the domain. We were just discussing how we need to wash away the sludge. I apologize that I cannot provide a great deal of hospitality. Please do make yourself at home here.
Yes, yes.
Well, I could summon one of the Zonai things, but I think I have splash fruits anyway.
Whoa.
The sludge! I see you managed to wash it away. That statue is a symbol of hope for the Zora. It is very precious to us. Thank you so much for cleaning it up. In truth, that statue depicts the majestic forms of the pair who saved this cherished domain in the past. That is right, beloved Prince Sidon of the Zora and his very best friend, Sir Link, the heroic Hylian swordsman. It is simply wonderful, is it not? How I would love to meet him someday. Say, you have a similar stature to the Hylian hero. Similar eyes as well. Oh my, and you are also a Hylian. And a swordsman. Wait, could it be? Yeah, that's me. Are you Link, the swordsman of legend? Please remember to mind your manners, Chroma. Oh, please accept my apology.
Yes.
Please pardon our rudeness.
Whoa.
I am quite surprised to learn that you are the legendary swordsman, Sir Link. I have heard mention of you nearly every day since I first arrived at this domain. Where did you come from? You barely look like the other Zoras. I am Prince Sidon's... Oh, forgive me. I am your best friend's fiancé. My name is Yona. I am truly honored to have the opportunity to meet you, Sir Link. I had heard that you were missing along with Princess Zelda. If I may ask, what brings you here? To think that such a thing took place beneath Hyrule Castle, and now you are traveling the kingdom to investigate. So your search for Princess Zelda is what brought you to this domain.
Sure.
In that case, feel free to investigate the area around the domain as thoroughly as you see fit. Oh, I have a lovely idea. If you do not mind, I ask that you please go and meet with Sidon. I am certain that he would be delighted to see you. Sidon can be found at Mifa Court, located at the peak of Ploymus Mountain. Yeah, I already registered a shrine up there, so I can travel there that way. Lady Yona, it is time. I fear we must be going now. Forgive me, Sir Link, but I must be on my way. Oh, but if it pleases you, after you have met with Sidon, perhaps you could visit me at the infirmary on the floor above. I am determined to be of assistance to you as best I can, Sir Link. The sludge-covered statue. I like all the different fish people. Yeah, they managed to create a decent variety of them. The Gorons, well, there's only so much that they can do to make them different, I guess. They all look very samey, but there is more variety in the Zora. I'm not going there on foot. Okie dokie. There he is. It's the red guy in the back. Shh, keep it down. The prince requires absolute quiet to concentrate on his important work. Wait, Link? You came here to see Prince Sidon? Well, since it's you, that should be no problem at all. I'm sure Prince Sidon would be thrilled to see you.
Is it really you? Huh? Good to see you, my friend.
What's with the whistle around his neck? You're pretty far into the game compared to other streams I've seen. I wouldn't be so sure. I've done a lot of shrines. I've done 80-something shrines. I focused mostly on that, but progressing the story, I've done practically nothing, perhaps, by comparison. Link, it has been far too long. I received word that you had gone missing and was beside myself with concern. Whatever could have transpired.
No!
To think something like that could have taken place beneath Hyrule Castle, and afterward you mysteriously awoke on a sky island. The sky. Could it be that the sky is the key to everything after all? My apologies. I have actually been wondering if those floating sky islands could be the source of the falling sludge. That is why I have tasked the Zora historian with investigating ruined fragments and all historical documents related to the sky. As for me, I am not at liberty to leave this spot at present, as I am uniquely qualified to deal with the sludge here. You see, old friend, this place is the source of the water that flows into Zora's domain. That is why I must use my power of water manipulation to separate the sludge from our water in order to clean it. If I cease, then the sullied water will flow into our beloved home, and there will be much pain and suffering. That is why I cannot afford to leave here no matter what. Say, Link, does it not seem that Princess Zelda's whereabouts might be related to the floating sky islands and the ruins? If so, perhaps you should go and speak with our historian Giotto. His many years have blessed him with great wisdom. It is quite possible that he could provide you with some useful information. At present, you should be able to find Giotto continuing his investigation at Toto Lake. By the way, I hope you know that I am truly happy to see you again after such a long time apart, my dearest friend. Visit me anytime you like. Your presence is never anything less than welcome and appreciated. Giotto at Toto Lake. Toto Lake. How much time is in between this and Breath of the Wild? Years? A few years, yeah, probably. Some of the characters that were kids in the first game are adults in this one, so I'd say, I don't know, 10 years maybe. 10 years at most. Okay, follow the red marker. So we're that way. There is wind. Hey, this guy has a chest. That bat-like creature. Where's the dude? If you say he's at Toto Lake. Is it that guy? There's another one there in the back. I will never understand the ways of historians. Can you not conduct the investigation more cautiously? Oh dear, I certainly hope that you did not overhear me grumbling to myself like that. It's not as it sounds, really. Giotto keeps interacting with dangerous things. When I object, he insists it's necessary for his research. That makes things quite difficult for me. As it is my job to guard him, that is why I give in to a moment of grumbling. Ruins? Right, do you see that opening there? The cliff crumbled as a result of the upheaval, and that revealed these ancient ruins. Prince Sidon immediately ordered a thorough investigation. Giotto is a historian, so this kind of thing is his specialty. He was terribly excited and is completely transfixed by the ruins. Well, much of the text is gone. This dignified presentation, yes, the writing looks like waves upon a stormy sea. Extraordinary. This ancient stone slate was written by our Zora ancestors from the distant past and left for us to discover. Stand upon the land of the skyfish, a droplet, the watery bridge. Alas, I cannot decipher it. Ah, Link, my apologies, I was deep in thought. In any case, I have news. I have made a monumental discovery. Yeah, monumental because it's a monument. This is undeniably an ancient Zora stone slate. Better still, upon its surface there appears to be text regarding the sky. However, the slate is broken and so I am unable to read it in its entirety. I deeply wish that I could view the full text. Alas, I fear that my fins are tied. What's this new objective? Wait. It's not as simple as reversing time. Or the pieces of the slate. Wait a second. It's covered in sludge. How'd you like that, old man? Old fish? What is this? A stone slate! I can hardly believe my eyes. Link, I must thank you. Oh, incredible! I can finally read it. Yes, I very well can. Stand upon the land of the skyfish and behold its lofty view. Among the floating rocks you see a droplet waits for you. Through this droplet shoot an arrow with the mark of the king. An arrow with the mark of the king? Do this task and you shall reveal a most wondrous thing. See the watery bridge's resting spot with your own two eyes. That which connects the Zora to the people of the skies. This is an extraordinary discovery. This important text actually tells us how to journey into the sky. Though in truth that mystery just leads us straight into another. One difficulty has been overcome and yet another has appeared in its wake. As it mentions the mark of the king, perhaps it would be prudent to consult King Dorifan. I assume that he will be returning from his investigation of the sludge shortly. Clues to the sky. He suggests what? Speaking with King Dorifan about the mark. He's the king of the Zora. I expect I'll find him at Zora Domain then. How fun that the children are playing a secret game in the throne room. It kind of seems like they're pretending to be King Dorifan. I'm curious as to what sort of things they're speaking about. Correct, they insist their game is a secret and won't allow any adults to get near. They say King Dorephan himself told them not to tell anybody. I must know what the secret is. After all, if it truly is about King Dorephan, I'm sure Prince Sidon would want to be privy as well. If I catch wind of something, I could use it as an excuse to talk to... I could dutifully tell Prince Sidon about it. But even when I accidentally stray near there, they'll quickly shoo me away. Leda was merely cleaning the throne room, and he was chased out as well. I wonder if there is any way to covertly listen in on their game. Ah. What? There's a Korok nearby. How do I covertly listen in on their conversation? The king's in trouble. King Dorephan, super punch and super kick. Yeah, I'm so big and strong. Oh no, I got beat. The sludge is so yucky. You got me, you big dumb monster. There's no other choice. I'll have to hide in the secret spot, and that spot is... what's up, guy? We're full up on folks who are allowed to play our King Dorephan game. We can't keep playing with you here, so take the hint and scram. I have an idea. If it is possible at all. A bit further. So that's what I had to do. I had the right idea. I did it, but the sludge is too thick and gross. I have failed. My king, King Dorephan, pretty please, what if you went to that one place to hide? Come on, do it right. That didn't sound like him at all. I'm trying, but I can't play Muzu and the monster all by myself. I have been wondering forever, the secret spot where King Dorephan is hiding. What kind of place is it? I know, right? I asked King Dorephan about it once. He said it was a pristine sanctuary or something. Pristine sanctuary? So I guess it's a spot with clear water, somewhere you can get your tummy clean and stuff. But these days most of the water around the domain is all yucky because of the sludge. Oh, I've heard there's clean water flowing somewhere between Ploymus Mountain and the domain. And there's supposed to be a secret entrance behind the waterfall too. How cool is that? A secret entrance behind a waterfall with clean water. Huh, that sounds pretty amazing. Hey, wait a minute. Musa told us we could never ever tell anyone. It's fine, no one's listening. Anyway, let's go through our game again, this time with feeling. Can't we play something else? I'm right here. I heard you. Between Ploymus Mountain and what? Between Ploymus Mountain and the domain. The domain is here, and Ploymus Mountain is here. I see several waterfalls here, Lulu Lake and Mikao Lake. These seem to be the different waterfalls, so let's go down them, I guess. Beep 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 beep. Which way? That way? Well, that water looks clean enough. But there was no secret behind the waterfall, though. Nothing behind this one. Wait a second, isn't there another one here? Oh! Okay. Hello. Yeah, who approaches? Is that you? So it is. Link. How did you find this place? What cruel ploy are you plotting? Hold my ever-loyal Muzu. If you speak in such a way, without explanation, Link here will only be confused as to what is going on. Hello, Link. It has been some time since we last spoke. I had received word that you went missing along with Princess Zelda. Why have you come here? Well, well, to think that such a thing should transpire for the hero of Hyrule and Princess Zelda. You expect us to believe that Princess Zelda simply disappeared, just like that? Do not sully our ears with your lies. I saw Princess Zelda with my own eyes, right after the phenomenon at Hyrule Castle took place. Calm yourself, Muzu. Link's eyes betray no hint of deception. He remains a trusted friend of the Zora. There must be an explanation. Link, I will now tell you what happened when we last saw Princess Zelda, as well as the reason behind my seclusion here in the pristine sanctum. We encountered Princess Zelda just after Hyrule Castle ascending into the sky. Floating islands appeared as if from nowhere. Sludge and fragments of ruins began raining down. Muzu and I left the domain to investigate these strange occurrences. That is when it happened. Princess Zelda descended from the sky accompanied by a sludge monster. What happened next took us by surprise. She then unleashed the beast upon us. King Dorephan valiantly vanquished the threat. However, he was gravely injured by the sludge during the battle. As for Princess Zelda, she vanished without a trace. If word got out that Princess Zelda lost her mind and harmed the Zora King, the resulting turmoil would be devastating. That is why we are temporarily remaining hidden within the pristine sanctum. According to your story, Princess Zelda disappeared suddenly in the depth beneath Hyrule Castle. On the other hand, she suddenly appeared near Zora's domain and unleashed a monster upon us. The waters of truth have become murkier still, but from the Zora perspective, one thing is clear. It all leads back to the sky. This disaster, the sludge, the monster, and even Princess Zelda. It may well be that the answer to these riddles can only be found skyward. Sidon ordered Giotto, a historian well acquainted with ruins, to investigate. I wonder if any progress has been made. Ha, so you have already spoken with Giotto. You say that the mark of the king was mentioned on the stone slate that was restored. Indeed, I do know of it. The mark of the king refers to a Zora King's scale. One of my scales, in other words. I have heard it called by the name you mentioned in an ancient ritual, however none remain who know how it was used. If this particular scale of mine may prove useful to you, by all means take a few. There is no need for restraint. This is as nothing to me. If you run out, simply return and acquire more. After all that has transpired, and after much reflection, I have come to a realization. I must truly be getting on in years to have allowed a mere monster to catch me off guard. Perhaps the time is nearing for me to pass the title of king on to Sidon. King Dorothan. In any case, that is a matter for another day after the chaos surrounding the sludge is quieted. Please inform Sidon about my situation and about the king's scale. Tell him there is no need to worry about me. Tell him that he must go forth and do what needs to be done. I am confusion. I be confusion. Link, have you made any progress in your search from Princess Zelda? What, you say my father was attacked by a monster? And that Princess Zelda unleashed it upon him? What could that possibly mean? Well, for now I fear all we can do is take my father at his word and try not to let our concern overcome us. Link, thank you for telling me about my father. Princess Zelda descending from the sky, not to mention the monster and that filthy sludge. It seems our course is skyward. We now know that the mark of the king written off on the slate refers to my father's scale. The only remaining mystery is that the land of the land of the skyfish and the floating rock in the shape of a droplet. Stand upon the land of the skyfish, that must be referring to an actual location of some sort. I am sure that if we locate the land of the skyfish, it will lead us to the floating rock that is in the shape of a droplet. If you find any leads, please let me know at once. I've already been there. But I found it. It's right there. That's the one. It's that sort of waterfall. Whoops. Whoop. Yep. Whoop. Calm down, Link. Calm down. You can do it. To me, that's it. Silence. I've already been there. Yeah. Hmm. Well, here's how I did it last time. I observed the sky until I saw a block falling down from there. Usually it doesn't take too long. There's one. Here's your island in the sky. Seems to me that the water bridge that connects the two, it's this one. A cannon, a big battery. A battery. Something that looks like a droplet. Where is that? There are many rocks all around it, but I don't think any really qualifies as a rock that's like a droplet. Okay, clues to the sky. What of the land of the skyfish and droplet? Unless the droplet is hold on. Clues to the sky, that's over there. Maybe I should ask the old man again? After seeing the king. A rock like a droplet. No idea what they mean. A droplet. Where is there such a thing? Ah, the bridge, that might be this. Over there. That statue. If under normal circumstances it's not sludge, but water flowing down from there. I think I can perceive the dynamic resolution scaling in the water, in transparent surfaces. Yeah, yikes, it's pretty severe. What was that? What's the name of that Zora? Mifa? I think. Wait a second. Please protect us. Well, I was wondering who that might be, and it turns out to be none other than Link. Look, do you see how much Ploymus Mountain has changed? And now it shrines a glorious statue of Mifa. She looks after the Zora from here, just like she always did. The reason we can endure this sludge is because of everyone's efforts and also thanks to her kind protection. Maybe I should go back and talk to the old man, and if I still can't figure it out... then I'll just have to look up the answer. Ling, did you figure anything out? Could it truly be? The king's scale is actually the mark of the king? If you apply that understanding to the words written upon the stone slate, we would get, stand upon the land of the skyfish and behold its lofty view. Among the floating rocks you see a droplet waits for you. Through this droplet shoot an arrow with the king's scale, do this task and you shall reveal a most wondrous thing. See the watery bridge's resting spot with your own two eyes, that which connects the Zorat to the people of the skies. The land of the skyfish and the droplet found there. I have no idea what those could be referring to. If you must shoot an arrow through this droplet from the land of the skyfish, first you must find the land of the skyfish. I have never heard of such a place. Perhaps it is truly in the shape of a fish, as the text describes. I am quite stumped on this one. If only I could use my fins to soar, and I could look down upon the whole of everything and figure this out. I've already found them, that's the thing. Floating Scales Island. Actually, I might be able to glide down to that island from that shrine. That might be easier. What's that thing down there that looks like an arrow? Chest. Well, it's down there. Did I get the king scale, by the way? King scale. He bears the scale on their Zora kings bear the scale on their foreheads. Which one looks like a droplet? Do you know? None of them looks like a droplet to me. Nothing here has a resemblance to a droplet. They all look very much like regular bits of rock to me. I only have 5 scales, so if I don't aim for the right one... Unless it is... Ah, wait a second, I think I have it. These rocks, if you look at them from the right angle, you can see through them. Ah, look at that. That's the droplet. I don't know if I'm in the right spot for it, though. There we go. From here, that seems to be perfect. Bingo! Clues to the sky, complete. Prince Sidon, sir! And I'm quite happy that I managed to figure it out without having to look it up. Lady Yona, it is far too dangerous for you to be here.
Yes.
Darling, I came here because there is something I need to speak with you about. I have been thinking for quite some time. Oh, hello there, Link. What's happened, my friend? Did you figure something out? You solved the ancient stone slate's riddle, and a pillar of light appeared. If the words upon the stone slate are correct, a path to the sky may open up if we investigate that location. Well done, Link. This is a huge development, I see. My dear Sidon, I think that should go with Link to investigate that pillar of light, as I was just about to say. For a long time I have been concerned that you are holding yourself back and not acting as freely as I would have expected. But my love, if you and Link join your powers, I am certain you shall be able to overcome whatever danger awaits. That is undoubtedly true. However, whatever is troubling you, Sidon, why are you hesitating so? It is simply that. Uh-oh. Sludge-like. Ambusher of Mipha Court. That monster is covered in sludge. Could it be the foul beast that harmed Father? Sidon, we can take care of the water at least for a little while. Do not fret about the domain. You are right as ever. It is up to you, my lady. Link, please, I must ask that you fight at my side once more. The beast is protecting its body with sludge. It is a mighty opponent, certainly, but we must not falter. When an opportunity presents itself, call out to me. I shall use my power to envelop you in water, thusly shielding you from our foe. At that point, you may shoot forth the water as an attack by swinging your weapon.
We need to get up close and personal with it. Be careful.
Ah, wait a second. I think I know. It's cool that he helps you fight.
Okay.
Ah, just a bit more. You did it, Link. Take that, foul beast of the sludge. Is everyone alright? Cool fight. We are unarmed. Thank goodness, Lady Yona. If something had happened to you, I... In any case, it is possible that another monster will appear. I suggest that you return to the domain at once. Thank you for the settlement, Sidon. However, more importantly, we must consider what Sir Link spoke of earlier. The pillar of light that he said appeared at the reservoir begs to be investigated. This may be our opportunity to learn the cause of the sludge falling from the sky, or even Princess Zelda's whereabouts.
Yes.
Leave this place to us, dearest Sidon. Your friend needs your help getting to the bottom of this mystery. Well, of course, it would be best for me to accompany him. However, I cannot leave you alone in this dangerous place. Did you not entrust this task to us already? We will not be on our own for long. We shall be just fine. But, Sidon, my darling, I truly appreciate that you worry so for my safety. It speaks to the kindness of your heart. But you are the Prince of the Zora. One day you will lead the people of your beloved domain. I can see right through you, whether you want me to or not. You are yielding to the fear of losing someone you love again. You must overcome your past and face whatever the future holds with courage. But
Come now.
Enough is enough. You are not acting like yourself.
Hey now.
You must leave this place to me. Sweet Sidon, do not get lost in the past. You must keep moving ever onward. Just follow your heart, as you always do. Like my old self. Like I always do. Ah. If you say so. I'm done with my chocolate. There. Gone. There we go.
Yes, yes.
It is alright, I swear it. I am not going anywhere. I see, and there it is, clear as day. I was giving in to my fear of once more losing someone I love. You are right, Yona. I will not give in to this fear, nor forsake my trust in you. I leave this place to you, my love. Off we go, Link, to the pillar of light. Clink! I shall blaze on ahead, my friend. It seems Sidon has finally put his doubts behind him and returned to his usual fearless self. I am so glad. All this time he was clinging to regret over being unable to save his precious sister Mifa, my poor tormented Sidon. And to think he was unknowingly paralyzed from taking action because he feared losing me as well.
Whoa.
Yet he has overcome this trial and placed blah 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 blah. Link, please take good care of my dear Sidon. He is the sun in my sky. Just one more thing. There's something I was hoping to speak with you about. It is about an item of yours that you entrusted the domain with repairing. Your Zora armor. Oh, so sweet! The repair is mostly complete, but it does require just one more thing. I need a fish called an ancient arowana. Don't I already have one? I can finish the armor right away if I can somehow acquire a skill from that fish. We have not seen ancient arowanas around lately, and I have no idea where they can be found. Since they are used for making armor, Dento the blacksmith may know something about how to get one. I thought I already had one. I think so, yeah. I don't know where I got one, but I already had one. With all the exploring I've already done to locate all of those shrines I got through, I guess at some point I came across one. With this, I can finally finish repairing your treasured Zora armor. Please wait just a short moment while I hurry to the workshop. Ba 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 ba. I think isn't it one that allows you to swim up waterfalls?
Yes, yes.
It's good as new. Swim speed up. I know it just allows you to swim better. Okay. I know. It would allow even a Hylian to swim up waterfalls. Okay. I'm so happy that I was able to return it to its pristine state. It is a precious piece of armor after all. As you well know, the Zora armor allows even a Hylian like you to climb waterfalls with ease. Of course, it will not help you with climbing waters that have been tainted with sludge. However, with your great skill, Sir Link, I am certain that you will find a way up that waterfall, clouded though it is. I don't have to. I've already been there. Please use this well for your investigation into Princess Zelda's whereabouts. Okay, Prince Sidon went over there already. Ice choo-choos. I don't know why these places seem to have low gravity. Prince Sidon! I'm here. So that is the clue for reaching the sky. Just now, what was that? Never mind, now is not the time for flights of fancy. Just where could that light be coming from?
I have an idea.
I think he does help you in the previous game, like swimming around the Titan, whatever these bosses were called.
It's just as I thought. I can see an entrance at the bottom of the lake. I'll make a path for you. Dive in, Link.
These giant mechanical beasts. I recall having to defeat one. I believe where he helps you maybe. Ploof. Zbloosh. Kaboom! Zbloosh. Okay, where are we? So is it more like a traditional dungeon in a Zelda game than this one? He fell in the water like a little poop. Yeah, being flushed away. How's it going, Morgan? Good evening. Get out of there. Wait a second. Yeah, because I think I would be too close if I did that. You're okay? I am good too. Thank you. Just home from work. Ra-pa-pa-pa-pam. It's all moist, so I can't climb very well. Yikes. There are potions to alleviate these problems, but... Ooh. What is that? Ancient Zora Waterworks. I wonder if this is more like traditional dungeons in the older Zeldas. I don't have any more bombs though. I'm gonna need more soon. I feel like the music, the background music is like a remixed version of something that I've already heard, but there's another chest over there. Well, I'll leave it here, cause wait a second though. Okay. Right, just so I have something to at least manually. Okay, what's going on? Whoa. I have an idea. But I would only be able to do that so many times, so this better be good. I'm flushing. Who would have thought a cute little squirrel like you could destroy my beautiful clagginess? Ah, crying out loud. Okay, okay, fine. There's something on the other side. Okay, can I see an opening? Well. Huh. If there's any way that I'm gonna reach this place. Hold on, I'm gonna delete this one because I'm gonna need a pin. Ah, there's a pipe! There's a pipe! Stinky poo! Oh! Whoa. It's here, I think. But... will I be able to ascend? Yes, indeed. There we go. And then I guess I can reach that thing in the middle. That was the whole point of this place. There's nothing more to it. Let's see. Oh. Oh yeah, that did something to the island in the sky, but... What's happening? They're moving? Or... And with the Zora armor, I guess I could swim up the waterfall. But I don't need to, actually, because I've already activated a shrine on that island. I've found another way to get to that island. That took some effort. But I made it there without the waterfall anyway. A waterfall! A waterfall descended from the sky. Link, what happened? Is this your doing? So you activated a mysterious device in the ruins, and then the waterfall appeared. I believe I understand. To Azora, a waterfall is no different from a path. That must be the meaning behind the watery bridge. Yes, it must. Well, that's what I was thinking from the start. If we climb this waterfall, we shall ascend into the sky. Link, I knew you could do it. My belief in you is as well placed as ever. That grin. How do you think I keep this lovely grin?
Come here. Come to me.
I thought I already did. It is happening again. Is someone calling to me? What was that sound I just heard? Well, in any case, we now have a path forward. All that is left is to press ever onward. If you wear your Azora armor, you can climb the waterfall as well. Let us be off to our next adventure, Link. Okay, where is he? Ah, over there. Where did I see him? Up there? How incredible. What is this place? Jeez, he's very tall next to Link. I didn't notice until now, but... he's more than double his size. My body, it feels light as a feather. This is a strange place indeed, but right now we must focus on locating the source of the sludge. Link, it is time to divide and conquer. Let's split up for the time being. Excuse me, there's something I want to check real quick. This one. No, okay, and then here. No, okay. Excuse me. Oops. Okay, let's continue. The source of the sludge, he says. Oh, what's this thing? Come on, make a bubble. Do you have moon boots? No. Okay, I guess I gotta wait for another one. Yikes, 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 yikes. Yikes. Grilled fish. Om nom 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 nom. Grilled fish. Om nom 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 nom. Stop rotating. Okay. Oh, I need this. What? No, I can't. But that's only mildly interesting if you're only gonna work half the time. Ah, good. Ah, there was sludge. That's why I couldn't do it, I guess. Okay. Where did I put it now? We clean the sludge. What's the name of that game again? That a lot of people seem to be addicted to? Power Wash Simulator? Or something like that? It's a bit of the same compulsive thing, I guess. The compulsion to clean everything. Okay, I couldn't make it face the right way. Ah! But grab it! Do-do-do. Ah, great. Ah, no, never mind. Super Zelda Sunshine. Yeah, yeah, true. It could be that as well, I guess. Oh, there's a chest on this one. There's a sphere over that way. No, never mind. I already got the. I already got the shrine in that sphere. And that's the shrine I already unlocked. So actually, all I had to do was teleport myself to this place. That would have saved me so much trouble. Yeah, but without the Zora armor, though, I guess... Oh, wait. Yeah, that's a boss, that thing. Although I don't think I can actually deal any damage to it without actually triggering the fight. And here we go! Oh, can I just... pick at the cubes? Yikes! Ooh, 2 hits and I'm dead. Okay. It's gonna be tough. Pretty much everywhere, it's gonna be hot. Rip indeed. If I drop them over the edge. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. What can it do if it doesn't have any blocks left? Oh no, the blood moon. Oh. What, I'm gonna have to redo the fight?
Blood-stained moon shines upon the land.
And if I have to listen to that voice acting, it doesn't help. Well, thankfully I don't have to redo the whole fight. Bye-bye. If it doesn't have any arms left, how can it harm me? Ah, wait a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where did it go? No! Where is it and what is it doing? Come fight me, you coward! You coward, fight back! See you next time, and thanks for watching. I know what I have to do. Climb on the cubes, and then reverse time on them. I'm here. Okay, what's it gonna do now? It's a cube. There! Boom! That was a fun boss fight. Ooh. Well, look. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to do that, but... Okay, so I have to get up there then. I'm too far from the ceiling to be able to phase through it, I guess. In this case, I could. Where is he exactly? I can't see. Well, he's not down there. I don't even see where the marker is. What? It's not working? What's it doing? That was a feeble attempt. Okay, well. If this is the intended way... surely there's some lame stuff I can throw away. Strong construct bow. Isn't that those that I already have? No, I think the strong ones are not as strong as the mighty ones. Mighty sounds like a more impressive version, right? Doesn't it? Wake me up when it's all over. Did you see how much that took? Nom 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 nom. And nom 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 nom. But come on! Ah! And look at that! Ah! I'm gonna die. If I don't pause and heal... They're throwing stuff at me. Beep 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 beep. It's a good thing I have so many hearts. Soldier 3 blade. Yeah, throw away that one. It's not that great. Where did Sidon go? And what's that thing? Ah, never mind. It just emits the bubbles. Thank you for the ride. Well, I have to cross somehow. Though I'm not sure how yet. Unless I can move the thing that emits the bubbles. No. I think I know. Because I've done it once already. You need to do something to get the bubbles to rise or something. I think that might be okay already as it is. No, not quite then. Okay. But it's too late for this one. But the next one might be okay. That was not quite what I had in mind. I may just be able to glide, I guess. Okay, well, that was a bit messy, but... Okay, gliders. I'll put more than one. Yeah, Sidon is just over there, okay. I seem to have made it all the way across. But no, it's never gonna work that way. I love this new Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts expansion. Wouldn't you say it's more fun in this one, though? I think it meshes well with Zelda, whereas Nuts and Bolts, well, it didn't really mesh well with what the Nuts and Bolts was supposed to be, you know what I mean? As a Banjo-Kazooie game. It was not what people wanted at the time. Let's put it that way. I don't think keeping that thing on it is a good idea. So... Whee! Fly to the skies! This really is such a strange place. My body felt light as air, allowing me to soar surprisingly high when I was climbing the waterfalls. As we are in an unfamiliar place, let us proceed with caution. Link, please take care as you forge ahead.
Okay.
Thanks, pal. Ow! Attack, Sidon! Ah, but that loot is gone now. Done and done. Link, let us keep pushing forward. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. From what I can tell, all of the sludge waterfalls are flowing from the ruins above here. In other words, if there is a source for this sludge somewhere, it must be... Link, once you are amply prepared, let us dive right in. I'm ready. Let's do it. Right, the time has finally arrived. Off we go. Water temple. Oh no. Well, okay, that barely resembles a temple, I guess, in the classical sense of the term in Zelda. So that might not be so bad. It's all wide open for one thing. How magnificent to think that such a structure was floating in the sky above our own Zora's domain. Link, look. That is surely the source of the sludge, I'm certain of it. We must do something about it. Hmm? That is it. Link, you see it, do you not? If we could only make use of that water. Save. There won't be a boss? Oh. It seems it did not work. But you saw it too, did you not? Using that mechanism did have an effect. There simply was not enough water. That sound again.
Cherished kin. This is the source of the pure waters of Zora's domain. Use your power to turn on the 4 faucets and you can collect water here. Heed my words.
Heed my words. It happened yet again, only this time I heard the voice loud and clear. The 4 faucets, I see. If we turn those on, we can acquire more water for the water vessels. Right, let us get to work, Link. Together, with our powers combined, there is nothing in this world that can stop us. Ice following? Okay, there's one over there. Oh, they killed me. They hit too hard. I need an upgrade to my armor, but those great fairies don't want to do it. Okay. Then again, my health is a bit low. One hit KO. Well, my health was already pretty low, so shouldn't have been so surprised. But you did see how many hearts that took. But yeah, here my health was not at 3 hearts or anything. It was like at half. Try cooking special dishes and elixirs with the special effects. Easier said than done. Even when I do. Nom 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 nom. Whoa, wait, where are you going? There's a sphere there. How about you stay in the sludge?
Are you alright?
No, I'm not alright. Okay, there we go. So, that thing. What do I do with it? I'm supposed to go that way. Right? No? Isn't that it? Is the solution hiding under the sludge somewhere? I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that sphere. How do I proceed? Ah. I believe I might be able to stick the sphere to it. That's some kind of guillotine. Would I be able to stick the sphere to it? It's not gonna work now. I had to do it when it was in movement. Now it's too late. No, 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 no! Ah! Ah! This is becoming so confusing. Well, let's just hope this works. Come on, create another one. Nah, where is that sphere gonna fall now if I don't intervene? Ah, it fell off. For crying out loud. Just because of the stupid camera angles. Come on, make another bubble. Why you gotta get stuck on the environment? Well, there's the sphere, I guess. Where is it gonna land? What, in the water? Could have been worse, I suppose. Do I need to put it in here? No. That's great, I suppose. I haven't brought it here, but I still don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. Ah, wait, I gotta empty the water? Ah, you see where I have to put it in the middle there. I gotta empty it completely. Hurry up. Am I not gonna drown? No, it won't let me. Then I have another idea. Glue it to one of these things. To keep it from falling. Ling, do you see that? I am certain that this water wheel must be connected to the temple's faucets. And what do you want me to do about it? Go ahead, do something if you have an idea. Easy for you to say, Prince. I don't know what to do. That low gravity is really annoying. I can't interact with it like that. I can't interact with it like that. I'm guessing I need some current. But I don't know how to do that. What are these things? Ah, nothing. I don't know, their color made them stand out, so I wasn't sure. How about you help me instead? Starting to regret getting started on that thing. Yeah, but there's no current as it is now. What should I do? What am I supposed to do? I can change the world map from the dungeon map with X. That's so much for a dungeon, I guess. If they want to call that a dungeon. Trying to think, but nothing comes to mind. look it up. Okay, hold on. I don't want to. Don't want to watch a video. I just want to know how to deal with that. Wheel. Okay, faucet number 1 doesn't seem to be it. Okay, this would be faucet number 2. When you've landed, grab one of the hover stones to the north with Ultra Hand and bring it over to a white gate which is submerged in water. Stick the activated hover stone to the top of the white stone and then move the whole thing up with Ultra Hand. The stone will hold the gate in place and allow the water to drain. The ball should naturally fall into the hole and open up the door to the second switch. Hit it with Sidon's water to open the second tap. Okay, I would not have guessed that. Ah, you can do that? I did not even understand that this was a thing. If I had known. Was this ever explained? I don't know.
Yes, you got one flowing. This is great. Just 3 to go.
Yeah.
Okay, then there is one underneath. I suppose. Okay, the frame rate is really tanking right now. How do we deal with this? Like this, I suppose. Ow! But I didn't mean for that. Come on. Okay, we're good. Yeah, but hold on. Ah, but no, that power had to expire just at that moment. How convenient. I'm really not in good shape. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, hurry up. Good.
Well done, Link. Now you just need to open the remaining two.
What are you doing, Link? Okay, well, we need to reach that side. And how do I do that? Well, I have a beginning of an idea, but that wouldn't be the intended way. Or probably not anyway. Okay, where is it? Up there? Okay, yeah, but it's underneath. Fire fruits? What is it? What is it fighting? Ah, there's a slime, okay. Now what do we do? Wait, is it that thing? Damn, how am I supposed to do to deal with this? If this is indeed what I'm supposed to do, how do we stop this thing? Ah, but that did work, actually. Okay, I may have missed the switch, but getting rid of the goop, that part worked, apparently. Or did I manage? Did I manage to activate the switch? I thought what it would do was, but no, for fuck's sake. No, it's not activated. It really doesn't last long. Not long enough, anyway. And I'm really starting to get tired now. I got it. That was quite slow, but I managed it in the end. Sidon, where are you, man? I need you. Come on, do your thing. Thank you. Only one more to go.
All right, just one more, Link.
Mm-hmm. So where is it? That way? That might be problematic. Okay, that might take some effort, but I'll make it on top of this island. Okay, I don't know how Link did that, but... Okay, made it. It's at the other end. Well, if I could just find something I can paste on that. Like a stone plate or something like that. Maybe it's above the thing, actually. Nah, but no, they're down there. And I just saw on the other island there's a chest in the sludge. Okay, that powered something. And now I need something metallic to connect the two. Maybe one of my weapons will do the trick. Huh. Is it gonna stay open or... No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Do your thing, Silent. That's all 5.
You did it, Link! Okay, they're all filled out. Now we just need to use the central device.
Whoa. Something tells me there will be a boss to fight. I still have plenty of healing items. I hope that will be okay. Behind you, Sidon.
Look, the sludge dissolved. The domain is surely safe now.
Look behind you.
Not good.
Yeah, bye. Muktarok. Scourge of the Water Temple.
This strange creature must be responsible.
It's not that big. Until it is.
Get ready. Let's go, Link. This thing can spew sludge. Oh, Link, you're not alone. We've got to stop it. Okay, now's our chance. Amazing. Take it from here, Link.
Ah, I missed. Do it again.
That was rough. Be careful.
Do it again. You take too long.
Here goes.
I barely got to do anything. Do your thing again.
Heads up. After it, Link.
Well, we're halfway there, but... That's gonna become more complicated.
The sludge is everywhere. Let's use water to clear some away. Watch out for falling sludge.
Oh yeah, but it keeps covering the whole thing with more sludge.
Are you okay?
No, I'm not.
Be careful. The sludge makes it hard to move. Maybe we
Oh,
can clear it
I
away.
tried jumping over it.
It's able to swim through the sludge. That's going to make it hard to catch.
I don't have enough water to get rid of that. If I had one of the faucet power-ups.
Let's go.
Come on! Ah, that's just a little bit.
We've almost got it. Just finish it.
Ah, there we go. Okay, I got him. Woohoo! Ah, a heart container. Ba 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 ba. And then Makatama. Just like in Phoenix Wright. Da 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 da. Sorry, Sidon, I'll just take it, I guess. No? I can't. I have to talk to him. And that's when it completely ignores him and goes to me. Nah, the voice said they were kin. So...
Sidon, my cherished kid.
Ah.
That voice again.
Mommy?
You're the one we've been hearing this whole time?
Indeed. I am your ancestor from a time long past.
Princess Ruto?
I served the first king of Hyrule as a Zora warrior and a sage who, like you...
No, probably not
direct the
Ruto
flow
then.
of water. You are the pride of the Zora. Your fluid, graceful movements as you fight. I would expect nothing less from my descendant. You bested
Shark in the
monster
air.
Solidar domain, but it was a servant of a greater evil, the Demon King. His true purpose was to prevent you from obtaining the stone that you just found. My secret stone.
That stone that you are wearing.
Yes, and it is important you know more about the stone and the Demon King. So listen closely to what I have to say. It concerns the imprisoning war and the destiny of our people.
The destiny of your people is to become birds.
This all happened in a time ancient even to us. The kingdom of Hyrule was still in its infancy. A great evil, the Demon King, appeared. He invaded Hyrule and sought to cut the new kingdom's time short. But Rauru, the first king of Hyrule, brought me and 5 other warriors together to oppose him. Rauru entrusted us with the means to fight the Demon King. Treasured artifacts called secret stones that amplify the power of those who carry them. As the Sage of Water, I bore a secret stone and fought alongside my fellow sages in battle. However, the Demon King's power was overwhelming.
It was too much for the power of
Even
fish.
the strongest defenses could not stop his ferocious attacks. In the end, our leader realized it would not be possible to defeat the Demon King outright.
There's a
He
Gerudo.
chose to end
I saw the
battle by
Rito.
sealing the Demon King away, sacrificing himself in the process.
So that was the imprisoning war.
She has dark skin. Do you remember which one
The
she
rest
is?
of us survived.
I don't think this is a
It was
story
not
told in
long
any
after
previous
the
Zelda.
climactic battle that someone came to see me. Her visit would make the destiny of the Zora crystal clear. It was another.
Your
of the
destiny is
sages,
to be
the
fish.
Sage of Time.
And then over time to turn into birds.
Will eventually be undone. When that happens, a noble swordsman named Link will oppose him. We must help. Lend him your power. He will need the Zora's control over water.
The course of the Zora's future was clear. It would be our honor to aid in defeating the Demon King.
You know, you could also have told her you're full of shit and choose not to listen to her.
The Zora people and their sage will fight alongside your swordsman. That is everything there is to share of the imprisoning war and of the destiny of the Zora. Zora's domain is once again safe thanks to you. However, the Demon King continues to threaten all of Hyrule. Sidon, my cherished kin, you must take up my secret stone and honor the vow I made to the Sage of Time. Fight alongside the swordsman, Link.
Dee, 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 dee.
It's my destiny to fight by your side. I came here so that I could save Zora's domain. But it looks like all of Hyrule will need my help. I'll do all I can, just as my ancestor did. I will accept this secret stone.
Now show that grin. Dink.
I am the Sage of Water. Behold, this is my new power. Here, Link, your hand. I, Sidon, the Sage of Water, swear that I will fight by your side.
I, Sidon, swear that I will fight by your
It is proof of
side.
my vow.
In the name of all the fish.
With that ring, you will always have my power with you. We're partnered up again. Yes. All right, let's head back home.
I'm hungry. Ah, the old king. I'm free.
Oh,
By my gills. Yay! Now there's one thing I'd like to check when I get the chance. It's apparently there's a secret passage that opens at the first village in the game after you've completed one of the dungeons, and it's a cave that has lots and lots of flower bombs inside. So I'd like to check that out. Link, welcome back. Link, have you seen? Even compared to his future wife, is quite tall. But then the king, well, he's even bigger. The sludge has vanished without a trace. Thanks to your courage, the inhabitants of Zora's domain are safe once again. No words could express the depth of my gratitude. Thank you, hero, from the bottom of my heart. I thank you. As for you, Sidon, though Link certainly played a key role, your own efforts to save the domain were nothing short of magnificent. I have always believed in you, Sidon. Now you have unequivocally proven your worthiness to bear the crown. That is why I shall joyously take this opportunity to pass the throne to you. Father, this is so sudden. No, it only seems that way. In truth, it has been heavy on my mind for some time. Sidon, my son. It is time to ascend the throne as the new king. Take Yona's hand, and as one, lead Zora's domain to a brighter tomorrow. But beware of Yona, she's a gold digger. Me, the king? Thank you, Father. I will not let you down, I swear it. What? How about helping me, though? You said you would help me. That is the spirit, my boy. Now, accept your place upon the throne. The finest swordsman in all of Hyrule shall bear witness to this momentous occasion. Silence, everyone! All hail the king! I hereby inherit this crown from my father, the exalted Dorifan. From this moment on, I shall be king of the Zora, lord of the seven kingdoms and protector of the realm. At this same precious moment, I ask that you also open your hearts to your new queen, my beloved Yona.
Sure.
The sludge threatens us no more. We are once again free to swim through crystal waters beneath azure skies without fear. We could not have achieved this without our dear King Sidon, our heroic Sir Link, and all of us who call the domain home. I am so proud and so very grateful to count myself among the Zora of the domain. However, that does not mean that all matters have been resolved. Right you are, my love. So long as darkness lurks in the depth of Hyrule, this beast would have fought so hard for could vanish like a bubble on a needle. We shall not allow that. It is now time for the Zora to help Link prevail. Everyone, I ask that you lend him your strength. Doing just that shall be the first task that I and my partner in life and in leadership shall undertake as your king and queen. First things first, my friends, regarding the whereabouts of Princess Zelda. When I obtained the secret stone, we saw a vision of that woman, the Sage of Time. She bore an uncanny resemblance to Princess Zelda. What if that is indeed who it was? No, I am getting carried away. That simply is not possible, is it? My ancestor lived in the distant past. It is difficult to imagine how the two could have crossed paths. There is little chance that Princess Zelda somehow ended up in ancient Hyrule. In any case, what we desperately need right now is more information. Link, as I have just ascended the throne, I must offer my sincerest apologies for being unable to accompany you. Still, I shall continue gathering information about our lost Princess Zelda. Please promise that you shall once again grace our fair Zora's domain with your presence sooner rather than later. Whatever comes to pass, Grin, I know that you and I will always be connected, by the power of a sage no less. Sidon of the Zora. Complete. Regional phenomena. Updated. Okay. Alright. Okay, I want to do just one more thing before I end it for today. It's checking this place out then. For that secret passage and see if it has been opened. Tomorrow I will probably be streaming another dungeon. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Don't stay in the rain. Some unfortunate weather we're having. You're faring well, I hope. Haven't been struck by lightning or anything like that. You're wearing a metallic armor. Can I fill you in on anything? No. Ah, that's it. I'm so sorry. Oh, hey, it's you again. So you know I've taken the time to say all my goodbyes. The thing is, it's always really dusty around here, so I work overtime to clean it all up. Well, I was working so hard, in fact, that the force of my broom accidentally took out part of this wall. Ever since I've been hearing this creepy voice coming from the hole I made, it almost sounds like a demon growling. No one else claims to hear it, but I certainly do. At this point, I'm pretty sure I unsettled that demon when I busted up the wall. So it stands to reason that if it wants revenge, I'll be the one who's targeted. Robbie, Grante, goodbye forever. Who goes there? So there was a path after all. I figured if this is the royal family's emergency shelter, there should be a path that leads to here. So if you follow it then... Wow, 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 wow. I do not know yet. I would like to. So there are some who still pay me homage. You can talk? You don't say. You can hear my voice? No. No, eh? Hahaha, if you say so. Just know that I'm willing to strike a bargain with anyone who can hear my voice. A dealer in life and power. That was me once. Alas, my life for money bargains didn't sit well with the goddess Hylia. She turned me into the stone statue long ago. Even then, I continued my bargains as a statue in the village. Still, the goddess did not like what I was doing. I was banished from the main street to the outskirts of town, scorned and neglected, but that was not enough for her. Again, I was sent away. I spent time trapped in the pond, with only fish for company, and finally here. Perhaps another might have learned a lesson from this, but I have not. No, I have only been biding my time for the moment when someone who can hear me appears. Someone such as you. It was a statue in the first game where you could trade stamina for health and vice versa, at a cost. I'm sure we can reach a beneficial arrangement. I have dealt only with fish for too long, and fish make terrible deals. Now then, shall we strike a bargain? Hold still and don't fret. I'll take care of everything. This won't hurt a bit. You took my life away! Fahaha, my touch is as subtle as ever. Now note how I took that essence from you without leaving a mark. Give it back! Did you think I deceived you? Perish the thought. I hope that ours will be a long and profitable relationship, so which will it be? Give me back what you took! A wise choice. Now remain still. You look skeptical. Not to worry. Money and life are all as one to me. If you're ready to begin, then first you must sell me either type of essence for 100 rupees. Yeah, you sell him something. Wait. If you want to buy an essence back, the price rises to 120 rupees. Ah, no, okay. So yeah, the trade itself actually costs 20 total. Since you get some money for what you give him, but then you pay a little more to get something back, but not necessarily what you gave. You can trade for stamina, I guess. Before you cry foul, know that you may choose which one I return to you, a heart container or a stamina vessel. I'm eager to help tamper with your essence anytime you want to return and pray here. I just want to see the spot. Fuse has already been used on this? Ah, okay. Fuse has already been used on this. Not this one, this one. Ah, fuse has already been used on this. Captain 2 Reaper, Captain 2 Reaper. Soldier 3 Blade. Ah, but fuse has already been used on everything? I need a weapon then. Any weapon will do. I broke the wall and angered the demon, and I'll be paying for it with my life. Robbie Grante, goodbye forever. You what? You went inside the hole? Did you find a demon? Is this goodbye for me? Wait, a demon statue was in there, you say? I know a bit about those. Want to know what I know? Of course. A dealer in life and power touched by the wrath of the goddess fallen to ruin. Then that must mean the horned statue is an entity who deals in life and power, which would make the days the place where it was enshrined, back when it was still a god. So the voice I heard was the forlorn horned statue. As there is the goddess of light, then it follows that she would have an opposite, the horned god. Like light and dark, one cannot exist without the other. Their power manifests through the other's existence. Knocking a hole in the wall, that was fate, no doubt about it. I can't go in there, but I'll keep this area spick and span. And I'll be sure to greet the horned statue from here too. Oh, and thanks, you know. Take this. Gee, thanks. It's Robbie's spending allowance for next month, but now it's your spending allowance. Thanks for clearing this whole thing up for me. Right, time to settle the old nerves and get back to work. Is there a weapon for me in here? Somewhere, anywhere. Any weapon will do. A Boko Reaper. Okay. Well, as long as I have something to make a hammer that I can use to hammer my way through the wall. Ah, fuse has already been used on it. But not on this one. Well, I see one of these. One bomb. But when I looked up online to see which place would be a good one to farm for bombs, they recommended this place, so... That was the whole reasoning behind me wanting to do a dungeon today. Sidon's vow has granted you the power to summon this avatar. Okay. This looks like a rock grinder, if anything. The thing attached on my weapon. Okay, but what about... Thought this place was supposed to have flower bombs. Destroy everything! Well, I don't need any more of these. There was another piece of rock, I think. Yeah. Maybe I should save what I've done. Well, so far I feel cheated. I haven't really seen that treasure trove of flower bombs that I was promised. It's not so much for the weapon, it's mostly so that I have something to destroy more rocks and the like. Okay, so I came from up there. I get the feeling that I could be exploring this cave for a very long time. If I'm not careful. Yeah, tell you what, I'm gonna go to sleep. I think I'll just continue exploring this passage off stream because this is taking a very long time, and this is probably not the most interesting thing to watch. So hopefully by next time I am ready to tackle another dungeon and continue progressing through the story that way. I think that should be my focus going forward. And then the remainder of the shrines, I might try off stream to try to locate them, and then we'll do all of the rest in one go, maybe, hopefully, at the end. Thank you for watching anyway. It's getting a bit late. It's already 2:30 in the morning for me. See you next time then. Take care of yourselves. And bye-bye.